And we are back for the final Olympic basketball slate of the year. We got the bronze medal game here, Serbia, Germany, and then the gold medal game with USA and France. Really quick, I just wanted to thank you guys for all the support. It's been an amazing Olympic basketball run for DFS. And sad that's coming to an end, but hey, we got NFL preseason starting up. We'll be grinding that. And then, I talked about this on the stream the other day. NBA preseason's less than 2 months away, so we don't have to wait too much longer for basketball. Obviously, we do have WNBA starting back up soon. I'll still be doing that as well. But I just wanted to say a quick thank you to all the viewers out there. Support's been crazy recently. But yeah, let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's get into the video. If you are looking for more content, you can check out my Patreon. That is linked in the description below. Again, with Olympic basketball winding down, we'll still be doing some WNBA. And then obviously we're doing NFL preseason. But recapping last slate, so it was a very chalky slate, like in high stakes. Basically, there was like 3 lineups that people played. This is the lineup that I went with. I was duped a ton. It's just, I did debate playing Steph over Bogdanovic. Had I done that, I would have won this tournament, but I didn't do it. You know, hindsight's 2020, but yeah, played the chalk in the early game. Schroeder, like, look at his ownership in high stakes. Schroeder, 93%. Cordier, 98%. Bonga, 90%. Yabusele, 85%. Jokic, 84%. Lazort, 70%. Thiemann, 50%, right? It's like insane. So basically there's like 3 lineups that people built in high stakes. And yeah, I cashed pretty easily in low stakes, was just on the money line in high stakes. So I ended up losing a bit in this tournament, but that was my lineup. Really quick, just want to give a quick shout out. This is like so cool, guys. We've literally had a viewer or Patreon member win the tournament basically every single slate. So congrats, Nikki. He said, woke up and watched your video this morning. He played 1%. Hey, so he took the shot in Steph and that worked out. And I said, hey man, like some of the USA guys are in play. So love to see that, man. It's literally the best part of the job. Also, if you guys are playing NFL preseason, we had a Patreon member take down one of the showdown slates. Chard, really good guys. So happy about that. But all right, let's talk about this slate. So we'll start off with Serbia and Germany. Serbia, I think they're going to continue to go with that same starting lineup. That's Jokic, Bogdanovic, Petrosev, Abramovic, and then Dobric. Now, Jokic at the top, 11-8. Basically the same thing I said last slate, right? He's got the highest floor plus ceiling of anyone on the slate. He's going to play big minutes. He played 38 minutes in regulation. I'm expecting mid-30s minutes from Jokic here. So he looks great at the top. He's going to be popular once again, but for good reason. I think Bogdanovic is a fine contrarian play. He should play 30-plus minutes as well. The clear number 2 on offense. Yeah, this is where a lot of the offense is coming from Serbia. It's Bogdanovic. It is Jokic. You know, we did see the ceiling from Bogdanovic that game against South Sudan, so we know it is there. So, yeah, I have no issue there with Bogdanovic. In the mid-range, you got Micic, who's going to come off the bench and probably play somewhere in the neighborhood of low 20s minutes. Reasonable play. You know, didn't have the best game last time out, but before that, 25 and 35 fancy points. Petrosev, 6.5K, should play, you know, mid to high 20s minutes, 29 and 27 minutes over the last couple games. Jovic missed that game against Australia, but he only played 3 minutes against the USA. So I think Jovic, you know, he had a sickness, but now he might just be kind of out of the rotation. So that does help the minutes there for Petrosev. Abramovic had a solid game in only 18 minutes. I thought he would have played a little bit more, to be honest, because he was shooting well. So I'm a little bit surprised he only played 18 minutes, but 6K or 5.9K, again, reasonable price point. Jovic, again, only played a few minutes, so right now it's just really hard to go there. You got Meltonova, 5'2". Again, he's going to back up Jokic and then play a little bit alongside him. Played, 11 minutes alongside Jokic, because Jokic played 38 minutes last time out. So he's playable, but I don't love the ceiling unless like Jokic gets in foul trouble. Dobric and Guduric are interesting options. So Dobric started, he played 31 minutes. Now, he didn't do a ton with the minutes, but 31 minutes, I think Dobric is kind of like a sneaky play. I don't think a ton of people will get to him, because I think a lot of people will flock to the France value once again. And then Marko Guduric had a really good game in only 9 minutes. He did deal some foul trouble. I think he's interesting as well. I think Dobric and Guduric might go a little bit under-owned for value. Now, I don't know if we'll see 31 minutes again from Dobric. I think he saw those minutes, you know, a good part because Guduric was in foul trouble. But both these like cheap Serbia guards, I think, are kind of interesting. 4.9 there for Dobric and 4.5 for Guduric. And I don't really think I can get to anyone else. Marinkovic did play a little bit, but I would just rather go up to Guduric or Dobric for a little bit more minutes, way more secure. All right, Germany should stick with their same starting lineup. Franz, Schroeder, Theis, Voutman, and Andreas Obst. The two top guys, Franz and Schroeder, both look solid here. 9-1 for Franz, and then 8-2 for Schroeder. Once again, if they were the same price, it would basically be a toss-up. But since Schroeder's about $1,000 cheaper, I think he is the more optimal play of the two. Didn't have the best shooting game, shot 6 of 18, but we know he's going to play big minutes. We know he's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. So Schroeder, solid play there. Daniel Theis had a good game last time out. 26 minutes, 31 fantasy points. Theis is over a fantasy point per minute player. And as long as he avoids foul trouble, I think he's going to play his mid to high 20s minutes. What I'm concerned about, obviously, is potential foul trouble, where he'll probably be the primary defender there on Nikola Jokic. So does worry me a little bit there with Theis. Voutman is 6.3K. I don't love the ceiling on him. I think I would just rather take a shot on Theis at a similar price point. I will say, though, I think kind of a sneaky contrarian play here is going to be Mo Wagner off the bench at 6.1K. So he, if one of the bigs get in foul trouble, he could get extended a little bit. And he is a really good point per minute player. Didn't have the best shooting game last time out, 2 of 7. But yeah, I think he's in play for tournaments. Andreas Obst is another viable tournament play. His minutes are kind of all over the place. It really comes down to, is he making his shots? If he's making his shots, he can play 20 plus minutes. If he's not making his shots, we saw the floor, right? That game against Germany, the game against Greece, only 8 minutes. Isaac Bonga is 5.1, continues to play 20 plus minutes, continues to play pretty well. Not an amazing point per minute player, but not bad. Reasonable price point. Yeah, I think Bonga is a pretty good play. He will be popular. Thiemann at 4-1 did get poked in the eye, lost some minutes because of it. I think he could have played. I think he could play a little bit more. And again, if you do get one of the bigs in foul trouble, Mo Wagner could play a little bit more. Also, Thiemann could play a little bit more. So 4K for Thiemann, I think, is a decent value. Last guy to mention, this is Weiler, bad guy. Not good point per minute at all, but is pretty clearly, firmly in the rotation. 19, 20, and 17 minutes over the last 3 games. If you need a complete punt play, he'll at least be on the floor. USA and France, gold medal game. So I think USA will stick with the same starting lineup. That's going to be LeBron, Steph, Booker, Embiid, and Drew Holiday. So top end guys, I like LeBron, 9-5. I mean, he had a big game, played 32 minutes too. I mentioned how I thought the main guys would get minutes bump for the USA. They did in the competitive game, 32 minutes for LeBron. So yeah, I have no issue if you want to spend up for LeBron. I don't think he'll be super popular. KD off the bench played 24 minutes. For me, I would rather get to LeBron at a similar price point, but KD's at least playable. Could see a little more run too if he gets hot off the bench. And then we saw the massive Steph game finally. Now, I played Steph in the showdown. Again, I didn't play him on the main slate, but I took a shot at him in the showdown because I felt like he would be low owned. Steph was 5% owned in the showdown, guys. Imagine that, a 5% owned Steph Curry. I know he'd been struggling, but this clearly the ceiling there with Steph. So he's in play for tournaments. I do think another somewhat sneaky play is going to be Anthony Davis. So dealt with a little bit of foul trouble early on. Embiid played well, but I think AD is a better defensive matchup against Wembanyama. So I would not be surprised if AD gets extended a bit here. I think he's in play for tournaments. Anthony Edwards is 7-8. I mentioned I was kind of on the Ant fade just because he had been smashing a lot in blowouts. Well, in a competitive game, he only played 13 minutes. So pretty hard to get to Ant unless you think USA just destroy France. Devin Booker at 7-7 should continue to play mid-20s minutes. No real strong takes on him. Embiid had a really good game. 27 minutes too. 28 fantasy points. Yeah, I mean, if you think Embiid plays some more minutes, you want to fire up some Joel Embiid. I'm not convinced he'll play 27 minutes again, but we at least know that it isn't in the range for outcomes. Bam, I mean, I would rather go to Embiid at a similar price point. Tatum was a DNP, and then you got Drew Holiday at 6'4", played 20 minutes. Solid mid-range play. Derek White only played a few minutes. I would just rather go to Drew at a similar price point. And again, Halliburton was a DNP. France, so they stuck at the same lineup. Wembanyama, Batum, Yabusele, Ntilikina, and Cordnier. Wembanyama 10-6. Once again, bad shooting game. 4 of 17, 1 of 8 from 3. I still like him as a contrarian spend up. He was unowned in high stakes. I thought he was a pretty good play at his ownership. I once again think he's a good contrarian play here. I think he's going to play 30 plus minutes in the gold medal game here, and it's an up-tempo game against the USA. So I like the upside in Wembanyama. I think he'll be low owned. So yeah, I like Wembanyama. Fournier is 6.7K. I don't love the price, but he's playable in tournaments. Gobert's completely unplayable. He only played a few minutes off the bench once again. Nick Batum's going to play big minutes. Not a great point per minute player, but should play around 30 minutes. So solid mid-range play. Yabusele is someone that I've been playing every single slate, and I'll probably continue to do so. Minutes, got a pretty big minutes bump once he got inserted in the starting lineup. 30 and 26 minutes. Has shot well, has played well. Yeah, I like Yabusele a good amount here. What else? Koulibaly was a DNP. Frank Ntilikina started. Again, only played 12 minutes. A little bit tough to go there. Feel confident, I should say. But a couple guys that will be pretty popular value are going to be Lazort and Cordnier. So Lazort is playing high teens minutes. He's been producing well. I think he's a good value. I think Cordnier is a really solid value as well. Now, I'm surprised how well Cordnier has played. He's not a great point per minute player, but the last couple of games, he's played extremely well. 30-plus Fanes points in each of the last 2 games. I don't think he'll continue to produce at this level, but hey, he's cheap. He's going to be probably one of the most popular plays of the slate. You did see a little bit of Strazel. You saw a few minutes of Nicola, a few minutes of LBC. Those guys are just kind of dart throws in tournaments. Okay, guys, so that's going to do it for the video. Like I said, I really, really do appreciate all the support, guys, for Olympic basketball. It's been a great run. And yeah, let's keep it going for the WNBA and for the NFL preseason. So if you have been enjoying these videos, just make sure to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Really do appreciate it, guys. And we'll see you all in the next one.